My name's Matthew, and today I'm going to be walking you around this latest Porsche Cayenne that's arrived here at Boss Motor Company. It is one of the highest specification examples that we have had the pleasure of seeing and offering for sale in 2025. For a 3-litre V6, and it's a Platinum Edition, which means you get loads of standard anyway. There is a host of things that we need to show you in this video. The colour itself is very special. This is Chromite Black Metallic. It is a cost option. It is not the standard black that you get on all other Porsches. And the contrast internally, absolutely beautiful. The Mojave Beige leather interior with lots of contrast stitching, extended leather everywhere. It's a really, really pretty place to be, to sit, to drive. Now let's get into the video. Let's show you around a lot of those options. We might not be able to get through all of them, but we'll do our best. And critically, it's a 22 on a 72, so a late 2022 car. It's done just over 20,000 miles. And when we get inside, you'll see some of the great updates, including the updated infotainment system, a really critical thing to watch out for later in this video. At the front, this car is fitted with the Sports Design Pack. If you don't know what that is, it's really obvious when you see one without it. We've got big square air intakes for the radiators. It's a completely reprofiled front bumper, completely different shape to this center grille section as well, different side skirts, different rear bumper, a really different looking car. At the front here, you've got this big cutout in the grille. That's the radar for the adaptive cruise control system fitted to this car. The forward-facing camera, which is part of the 360 surround camera package in this particular car, and all of the park distance controls, all very neatly hidden into the front bumper there, as also got front and rear park distance control. The Porsche LED light system with the darkened inserts to the light unit itself. That's a really lovely touch, and it's a cost option to have the inserts in a dark color, and this LED daytime running light that doubles up as an indicator as well. 22-inch RS Spider alloy wheels. They are a huge cost option on this particular car. Lovely diamond turn finish to the fascias, a metallic grey finish to the inserts. Full-coloured Porsche crests in the centre there, again, another cost option. Again, part of that Sports Design Pack. Look at these lovely colour-coded and slightly, ever so slightly extended wheel arches that lovely sort of flow into that slightly extended lower skirt there as well. These little cameras down here on the bottom of the mirrors, that again is part of that surround camera package. And the last thing to mention, you probably can't see it, but the windscreen has got almost like a yellowy, reddy, browny hint across it, sort of tone to it. It's a solar attenuating windscreen, a heat insulating windscreen. So, and that is also a cost option. Keyless entry and keyless go, another big one. And go inside and have a look at that Mojave Beige interior. It is, for me, this is the classiest, best color scheme Cayenne that you can buy at the moment. I think crayon and black was so popular, and this is class, and this lasts, and it's such a fantastic color scheme. It's so, so beautiful. The Platinum Edition plaques on the door, tread plates there as you get out and in and out of the car. And I do love the contrast where you go from Mojave Beige to the black leather on the tops of the door cards and the doors, the armrest sections of the door cards, but with the Mojave Beige contrast stitching. Very, very nice touch. Privacy glass to the rear 3/4, a full glass panoramic roof, and I do love that in Porsche it's not separated in sections, it's just one huge sweeping piece of glass. And I'm going to get in and show you something really interesting about Cayenne Coupe. In the Cayenne Coupe, Porsche designers went above and beyond to make sure that having this beautiful sweeping roofline did not affect headroom height for the rear passengers. So this rear bench seat is actually mounted slightly lower in the back of the car to make sure you have the exact same amount of space in the back of this car as you do in the hatchback version of the car. So you get no compromise, but a much better looking car. Heated seats to the 2 rear passengers. If the camera wants to go in and have a quick look, it is just in wonderful condition inside. And it is important to mention that whilst this car has an amazing specification, it's good mileage, it's a very good looking car, it's all about how they're used and how they're looked after. We sell used cars, and this has been so well cared for. It's such a fabulous example. I love this little boot lip spoiler on the back here, the stretched LED running light that goes along the back of here, almost a light bar effect that doubles up as your brake light. And I do love all of these clear rear lights on this particular model. Power tailgate, exactly as you'd expect, and it's a big power tailgate. And really, again, you think compromise for that sweeping roof, all those good looks. There isn't really. Look at the size of this boot. The parcel shelf is removable, and under here, under this boot floor, look how much extra space you still have under there, even with this enormous Bose surround sound subwoofer under the boot floor there. This car, believe it or not, is also fitted with a deployable tow bar. So if I just click this button here, I can't actually believe you've got one on this. Again, this is a lovely cost option, but you can see an unused deployable tow bar. But I can imagine if you ever wanted to put a bike rack on the back of this car and take your family away on holiday and put your bikes on the back, that's so useful for that. And if I pop the power tailgate down now, the last thing I want to show you at the back of the car is the sports tailpipes. Again, this being part of the sports design pack, you have a different design to the rear bumper and these lovely almost two-stage finish to the exhaust pipes here, also finished in metallic black. As we come around the driver's side, I'm going to jump in and show you some of the amazing features internally, some of the luxury inside as well. The build quality is second to none with these particular cars. So we're going to start on the driver's door card. I'm going to switch the electrics on just so I can show you a few things. And the first thing I want to draw your attention to if I drop the window down is because this is a second generation sort of Cayenne Coupe, it's got some of the changes, some of the nice facelift changes, including the update to where the blind spot monitoring is. In early versions of this car, you have a cutout in the side of the mirror and the light for the blind spot monitoring is in there. In this particular generation, you have 3 dots, as you can see, in the corner of the mirror glass, very similar to now other manufacturers, and probably a lot safer that it's in the mirror glass where your eyes and your attention are. So it's nice to show you it's got blind spot monitoring and nice to show you it is the newer version of that. We've got driver's memory function, 3 of them, the same for the front passenger seat, automatically dimming, heated and folding wing mirrors, and obviously all electric windows and some lovely shortcuts to open and close the boot, the power tailgate from the door card. I love all the smooth leather everywhere, including on the ends here. These sections that don't even need to be finished in leather have been finished in leather. It's just attention to detail. Coming down to the bottom of the door card, you'll see here the Bose surround sound system, critical option in my view. And if I switch that 3-litre V6 on, circa 350 horsepower. So you're not short of power, you're not short of torque in a car like this, which is what you're looking for because it's not a car to drive super fast. It is a car to, you know, cruise around with your family in safely, but in such style and luxury, but it still has the power if you need it. As we come into the cockpit itself, I don't know whether I need to just shut that door a little bit. Hang on a second. Just trying to remove this here so I can show you a bit more of a menu, but I think while I've got the door open, it won't let me. Anyway, let's talk about the steering wheel. 3-spoke GT heated multi-function steering wheel, and because it's got the Sports Chrono package, this car has got the drive select switch here, which allows you to change from Sport, Sport Plus, and an individual driving mode. And critically, if I press this button on the back of the steering wheel, your heated steering wheel will turn on. It's a really neat hidden button on the back there. Multi-function, as you'd imagine, big metal gear shift paddles, very, very similar to that of a 911, so it really gives you that Porsche DNA when you're holding onto the steering wheel. And obviously you have 2 infotainment screens in front of me, both are adjusted via these 2 little toggle wheels on the steering wheel. The adaptive cruise control is controlled by a little stalk down there on the left-hand side of the steering wheel. And this car is also fitted with lane keep assist and another big option, a massive heads-up display sat in front of me. Really, really difficult for the camera to pick up on it, but an amazing feature in one of these cars. As we move across into the cockpit itself, this is the big showstopper for me. This is Porsche's updated infotainment system, and I believe if it's connected to CarPlay, you're about to see exactly why it's such a big deal. Full screen Apple CarPlay, a completely updated sort of infotainment interaction page. You know, the whole iOS or the whole system itself is different to the previous generation. And on the older generation, which is only a year older than this, you can have half a screen Apple CarPlay. And it really, for me, it's a really big disappointment when you've got such a large nav screen. So as I say, if I go back to my Apple CarPlay, look how fantastic that is to have the whole screen like that. If I pop the car into reverse, surround camera system over there on the right hand side with the top view, and the reverse camera is the first one that comes on. If I put it into drive, it automatically switches to the front facing camera, and it's really nice. These cameras even move. Once you're in reverse and you're actually moving, the camera itself will turn to give you more visibility as you maneuver. So I'll come out of that screen. Some nice other options just to show you, because I do think it's important. If I press the car button here, I have to go back to the car screen. And if I prop it, the car button here and open that menu, this is really, really important. Air suspension. So here where I go chassis level, you can see you can adjust the chassis level for sport, special terrain, high, medium or low. And critically, when you put the car into its Sport Plus mode, it will drop the chassis down into its lowest setting to give you that hunkered down, sporty feel when you're going around corners. And that's a really big option. It completely transforms the way the car drives. As we come down the screen itself and down into this sort of center console, heated seats for both driver and passenger, dual zone climate control, different shortcuts for those suspension settings, any way that you can run through the touch of a button without having to go through the infotainment system. And hopefully you can now see the ambient lighting, which is all configurable throughout the car. We've got ambient lighting above us, in all of the door cards, in the door pockets, even down in the cup holders down here. Currently set to blue, you can configure it to any number of colors in the car's infotainment system. Underneath here, I've got a wireless phone charger, 2 USB-C ports, loads and loads and loads of space throughout, and of course that big glass panoramic roof. It really is a very, very special car. And as I said, you've got to pay attention in that video because there's so much to talk about, and I'm sure I've still missed a number of big features on this particular car, but it really is that special and it really has been loved in its 20,000 miles. So, my name's Matthew. I hope this video's helped. Thank you for watching.